Thank you, Mark. Oil is spilling tonight into Michigan waterways in estimated 20,000 barrels, what amounts to 840,000 gallons. It's floating in the water and now coating geese across the area. Crews are scrambling to stop the oil from spreading. 24-hour News 8's Tony Tallevi has been on the story all day. He joins us live right now from Marshall. Tony?
Good evening, Susie. A spokeswoman for the owner of the pipeline says the company still isn't sure if there is oil coming out of that pipeline into the creek yet at this hour. The reason the company was able to shut off some valves, but if there's oil left in the segment of the pipeline that had that leak, it still could be coming into the water. This, as we found a new impact while surveying the river tonight, oil-covered birds.
It just breaks your heart to see creatures suffering.
Neighbors alerted us to these geese on the Kalamazoo River shore between Marshall and Battle Creek.
It's just terrible. Somebody should be out here doing something.
We are aware of them. We're working with Fish and Wildlife now.
And that spokeswoman for the owner of the pipeline company says there will be a number of people can call to report animals in trouble. The spokeswoman says she's not sure how far the oil has traveled down the Kalamazoo River. We've been surveying it to try to find out. The oil has clearly made it as far as Ceresco. That's on the way from Marshall to Battle Creek. The sheen can be seen coming down the dam here in town. And if you look closely at the plants that are in the middle of the river, you can see the oil stains. Crews are setting up barriers, but we wondered, are you confident that you'll be placing barriers at the point where the oil hasn't gotten to yet?
What I can say is that we're bringing our full resources to bear to contain and resolve this situation. Everything that we can throw at this, we are throwing at this.
The process of closing valves to try to stop the leak started around 9:45 a.m., according to the spokeswoman, when employees noticed a drop in pressure in the pipeline. We spoke with the Battle Creek man who says he was in the Marshall area and smelled the oil last night.
So I called 911, and that would have been about 9 o'clock.
Was Enbridge notified at that time?
Not to my knowledge. That process started at about 9:45 this morning when we noticed the drop in pressure.
Now, if you have an issue with an animal in danger or any spotting of oil, company officials say stay away from it. You can call this number. It's 800-306-6837 to report issues with the oil or, again, oil-covered animals. Now, the time it will take to clean up this spill, how much it will cost, and what caused the leak are all still unknowns at this point. But when we asked a company spokeswoman if Enbridge Energy will ultimately be responsible for paying for this cleanup, she pointed out it is, in fact, the company's pipeline. Live in Marshall, Tony Tallevi, 24-hour News 8.
Tony, thank you. The pipeline that's causing all of this pollution is called the Lakehead Pipeline. It runs from near Chicago to Sarnia, Canada. The pipeline's been in operation for more than 50 years. 60% of the crude oil supplying the Midwest flows through it. The company that owns it, Enbridge, says that it was inspecting part of that pipeline when the leak happened. And the level of the Kalamazoo River and the speed of its currents all playing a role in how this situation will pan out.